I really wanted to do this on my other account. Nah.
Too late now.
I know, right?
Georgina's on here. Hi.
Hi, Georgina. Ooh, hi. Okay, so what you were saying before we were on the phone. We can actually. So, what is this conversation about? We can just pin it.
Oh yeah, I'll pin it. Do you want to type it or do I? What should I call it? Sorry, y'all. We about to get into it. We just gathered.
Right. Oops. Did I just flip my camera around? This is my first time doing this.
This is my first time being on live with somebody else. I'm like, huh? Okay. Black.
So you can just do hashtag Black Women Divest. You can do hashtag Black Women Stay Home. You can do
Black femininity.
Whatever.
I'm gonna say. I'm gonna put Black women first.
I guess you can put Black Lives Matter too.
Oh shit.
Black Girls Matter. But it's really just, to me, it's a subject of opinion. Mostly. And it's definitely based off of choice and what you want to believe in. So I feel like it's important to express our beliefs on the situation.
How do you spell divest? DIVEST?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But yeah, what were you saying?
So I guess basically just getting into it, we can just talk about how.
Well, I guess I would start off by saying I think it's important for Black women to divest. I think it's very important. And especially for me, even noticing how like consumed I can get in it and how much it can affect me. And I think it's really important for us to divest because of the simple fact that we are looked at as equally masculine as our Black men.
Right.
And that's my whole, and like even coming into like the realization of that even saddens me. It saddens me.
Like, for example, how, I don't know if you've seen the video, but during the protest, the Black men were actually telling Black women to go to the back and stand to the back, you know? And a lot of Black women were saying, like, no, because we have more heart than the men. And to me, personally, that's embarrassing because you're kind of sending a message to the other side that we have no structure. We have no position in what we're doing. There is no organization in anything that we're doing or what we're protesting. And I feel like we as women are just too willing to put ourselves in harm's way and to feed that narrative to the media, because that's what they're going to twist that narrative into. It's detrimental to us as Black women.
Yeah.
So I feel like, I guess I'll just give an example because I'm on Twitter and there was a situation where, or one of the first situations that I seen, one second, I'm trying to find it.
Well, while you look for that, I'm going to say I definitely do agree that it is detrimental, especially since that we can't really be as feminine as we want to. And we have to try so hard to be that. It's like we have to try so hard. Like I can't naturally be a woman. Like
I really want to add you on my other page so that this can reach other people. Like, it kept switching accounts.
Okay.
But so I definitely agree with what you're saying. Huh?
You want to get back, go off and get back on?
Yeah.
Oh, I can stay on. But...
You can stay on, yeah, and I'll just come back.
Okay. Hey, Shaquana. Oh shit. How do I do this? Okay.
Okay.
All right.
So basically, okay, this is one example. So a 90-year-old grandmother comes out as a human shield for her grandson who was going to be killed by Texas cops for him rolling through a stop sign. So apparently the
Oh
story
yeah.
behind that is that he got scared that they were pulling him over and he just wanted to be at his house for when they pulled him over, just so he could have someone watching what was going on. So granted, they did have a reason to be questionable with what he was doing because he ran past the stop sign and didn't pull over when they first, you know, turned the lights on. But it got to a point they held their guns at him for so long while he's just
Yeah.
sitting on the front lawn.
His hands was up.
The grandmother walked her way over in front of him.
I remember that. And she really fell. And nobody really came to her side.
She fell. And it's like there's no, as a woman, as an elderly woman, they should have some type of there should be some type of reaction to that naturally.
Exactly.
You know?
They shouldn't even have allowed her to even go up there. Like in between that. She shouldn't have been the shield in between the police and her grandson. It should have been somebody else. It should have been a man, honestly.
It should have been a man.
Yeah.
Hey Sheila.
Hey Sheila.
So basically it says that she thought they'd show mercy and instead they assaulted her. On May 27th, somebody said he got charged with a felony evading arrest for laying on the ground, scared of being shot. His lawyer posted details. But it's just the simple fact that we just shouldn't put ourselves in harm's way. Exactly. As women. We are women, and we're not seen as women in these societies. And it's I feel like it's detrimental to us. So I do feel like Black women should divest from the situation. And I do feel like Black women should just honestly take care of their mental health during this time. And you can support from a distance. Exactly. You can donate. You can spread information. You can inform yourself. You can do all of those things, but you don't have to be out on the front lines taking shots from pellet guns, and you don't have to be out here. You don't have. I'm not going out there. You know what I'm saying? I'm not doing that because it's detrimental to me.
And I feel like especially it should be even more important for Black women to divest, especially since like going back to like slavery times, we were on a slave plantation, picking cotton, being beat just like the men, being treated as equal as the men, even though men are naturally stronger. So it was like even from 400 years ago, all the way up into now, we're always going to be viewed as masculine. And then even there's a lot of Black women that's like, I'm strong, I'm independent, I got it. Go ahead, I understand that. But at the same time, you're not really looked at as feminine because of the simple fact of your skin color, because of the history behind it.
So they're going to treat you just the same as they would treat a man, another man. There's so many instances where the Black woman who was protesting, she was holding a sign and she was yelling at the cop with her finger just like this. And then there was a lady in the red dress, which they call her the lady in the red dress. And the cop was basically shielding himself from the crowd with a bike. And he was was basically, he wasn't really antagonizing the crowd until he came into contact with the black woman, and he pushed the bike at her, like with no hesitation.
I remember that.
And the lady in the red dress came to her defense. She is also a white woman, and she came to her defense. And when she did, she pushed the bike back at the man to the point where it looked like she used his own body weight against him. But that's because he wasn't using force towards her, and he wouldn't use force towards her, you know?
Because she's seen as soft.
Because she's seen as delicate.
Mm-hmm.
Now he doesn't know what he's doing, and he's confused.
Exactly.
But he didn't have any hesitation to force that bike onto the black woman.
Exactly. And that's why I feel like we need to take a step back and really, you know, divest and focus on what we can do outside of, like you said, being on the front lines like that. Like, I feel like we should leave that up to the men. If you want to do it, then I'm not really knocking any woman that wants to go out there and protest or, you know, be a part of the riots. But I feel like, me personally, I want to be feminine. I want to be seen as a woman, because I know that because of the history, I'm going to be equally looked at as the man next to me, because I'm a black woman. You know, right. And I want to be feminine. I want to tap into it. And I feel like there's really nothing wrong with that. I feel like, for me personally, it's self-care for me, because I can get so consumed in it, and it really will take over, like, my life, honestly.
There's
so
black
it's really
girls
important to separate yourself.
There's black girls at home literally scared right now, and they're feeling guilty because they're not going out in the riots, or because they're not allowed to go out and protest and be out there. And we shouldn't have to feel that guilt. You know what I'm saying? I don't think we should have to feel that guilt at all.
We should be allowed
to be scared.
Exactly.
We're girls.
Exactly.
We should be allowed to be. We should be allowed to. I just don't understand. If you're gonna be in a protest, at least know your position. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
If you're gonna be there, be at the aid of black men who are out there on the front lines doing what they're supposed to do.
And if the black man is telling you to get back, don't fight at him and say, I'm strong, you know, because it's just feeding more into the narrative. You know, just listen, you know, if he wants to get back and protect you, just allow him to listen. I mean, just allow him to protect you. It's okay. We don't always have to be strong. It's okay. It is okay to be soft. It is okay to be feminine. You don't always have to be independent. I got it. Hefty. You don't have to. You already looked at like that, so you don't have to prove it anymore. It's already sad enough that we have to try so hard to be looked at like that. Like, when I used to wear my afro, when it was short, I used to feel like I looked like a little boy if I did not have my makeup on.
Exactly.
When I first started growing my locks when they were short, I felt like a little boy, even though I know what I have down here. I'm a female, I know that, but it's just because the way that the world view me. If I don't have my nails done, if I don't have my hair done, if I'm not trying so hard to come off as feminine, then I don't feel like it. And I should be allowed to be feminine in my natural state. You know? And that's not fair. It's not fair to me. There
was a time where, and I told you this, but I'm just going to share it. There was a time where I was going to Charlotte, and I was going on the Megabus because it was a cheap ride. And I was going from Philly to Charlotte. And in between that ride, you have to stop at D.C. So you're at the Washington, D.C. Train station. So I'm there, and I'm like chilling. Like, I have a scarf on. I'm wearing my natural hair right now. So I have a scarf on. I have sweatpants on. I have my bags with me. And I'm chilling. I don't have any makeup on. I'm just traveling. And so I stop, and there's like fast food, and I stop in line, and there's an elderly man, an elderly black man, and he's homeless. And he literally starts screaming like, you be, you know. And I'm like, who is he talking to? You know, just waiting in line, because there's like a white woman next to me. There's a couple of black guys in front of me. There's the employees, you know. I'm like, who is he talking to? He's like, get that dirty A scarf off your head. And I'm like, I know he's not talking to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I'm like, I can't go nowhere. Like, I can't go nowhere in my natural state. You know what I'm saying? Without being threatened.
Exactly.
And then on top of that, I'm looking at everybody else like,
who's going to come?
I was probably
stand up for me, like nobody.
I was probably 17 years old at the time, and I was basically looking around like, who was gonna come to my defense? You know what I'm saying? Like, this man started walking towards me, like shuffling towards me. He couldn't really walk, but he was shuffling towards me, like threatening me, like calling me a B and everything. So I'm like, okay, I get my food or whatever, and like everybody's just looking at me like as if I know him. You know what I'm saying? Because if you are not dressed up, if you are not feminine as a black woman, then you are not seen as, you're seen as basically homeless. Don't, like, fucking damn if you have a damn scarf on. You know what I'm saying? And I don't have my hair done and I don't have makeup on. I'm seen as just another black woman on the street.
She can defend herself. Like, basically.
I can defend myself. There's an instance where a black woman is almost getting snatched off a train, and she's fighting this man off her. She fights him off her, and he gets off the train, but everybody's just sitting there watching. But if it was a white woman, if it was a biracial woman who looks phenotypically white, they would get up and they would help her.
Subconsciously. Even nobody's gonna say
it's subconscious. It's
yep.
Subconscious. Mm-hmm. And that's why we don't need to be out there on the front lines. No, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. I'm not about to be killed. No.
Mm-hmm. That leads me into like another point, because like when people say like they don't see race, I don't see color, basically that's actually harming Black people. And because it's the simple fact that you have to see me as Black and you have to acknowledge it and you have to be okay with my Blackness. And if you was aware that I'm Black and if you're aware that you're white or you're lighter skinned and you have certain privileges, then that would help us. But you just trying to erase, oh, my Blackness, like I don't see it, we're all the same. When it's like, no, we're obviously two different skin colors. Don't be blind to the fact of that. And just acknowledge that I'm white or you're lighter skin and you have privileges.
Right, and you can turn it on whenever you want to.
Exactly.
I can't turn this off.
And then like, even like with that, with people saying like they don't see race, that's harming me as a Black woman, because you need to see me as a Black woman. You need to also see me as a woman, because you need to acknowledge that I am a woman. You need to acknowledge that I am Black, and
woman first.
Yeah, woman first, and then the fact that I'm Black, and you need to acknowledge the struggles. Don't look at me as equal. Oh, I don't see race. I don't see you as Black, and I don't see you as a woman.
Because then you don't see me at all.
If you don't see me at all, then erase me. So it's like, where do I fit then? If I'm not Black, if I'm not woman, what am I? You know?
That's like gaslighting almost, because then you're telling me that everything I experience is just in my head because color doesn't exist.
Exactly. Georgina said, I don't see race, color is turning. Exactly. It is turning a blind eye.
Right.
That's just people way of responding. Like they just don't want to really deal with the issue at hand. So that's the easy route out. Oh, I don't see it, you know?
Right.
Like, come on now. Don't be dumb. But yeah.
So that's why I say Black women divest, because we shouldn't be feeling guilty. You know, and honestly, I've been feeling bad for I've been feeling so down. Like my spirits have been so down to the point where I was just questioning, like, am I okay? Like, am I tired? Like, you know, like just feeling down, because I'm like, when you have privilege, you can do that. When you have privilege, you can do what? But anyway, I've been feeling down.
You can turn it on and off. That's basically what she's saying. That's the privilege within it. You turning that on and off.
So I've just been feeling really down about everything going on, and I've really had to find my inner peace. And really, there's situations and topics besides just protecting Black men, which is primarily the entire Black Lives Matter, is really just protecting Black men specifically.
Yeah.
Because when Black
women...
They're
really the face of it.
Right. They're the face of it.
But even though we're equally killed at the same rate, we're all dying.
It's like not that you have to find your peace with it, because there's definitely something that needs to be done about these things, but it cannot be me having to go on the front lines and getting shot at, like, they want that. They set it up for you to do that.
Right, that's exactly what they want. And they're infiltrating, so we can't even peacefully protest because it's being infiltrated. Sorry, I'm changing locations.
It's okay.
That's exactly what they want. And it's like you're basically falling into their trap. That's basically what it is.
Trans and LGBT also being killed, says Dion. Hey, Amira. Hey, Amira.
Hold on real quick. Sorry.
You're fine.
I got to change my location.
So Dion says the trans and the LGBT are also being killed. And I think that's important. I think it's an important topic. Is divesting? What do you think?
You said what?
What do you think as far as trans and LGBT also being killed?
I agree. And I feel like they deserve their space as well.
Exactly. Exactly.
Okay. All right, that's so much better.
Okay. My leg is so awkward.
But yeah, I definitely do think that also needs to be looked at as well, because it's almost like the same, like as a Black woman and as a Black person in the LGBT community. Like it's like almost equally looked at, as low almost. And I feel like there's a type of way that we can relate to like Black LGBT community as Black women, because they're also being overlooked, like as part of like the whole Black Lives Matter as well, even though they're also out there fighting and they deserve it too, but they're also being overlooked just as much as Black women are.
And I do feel like the as far as Black men, I don't feel like they are all the way our allies as far as Black women.
Are not represented. Yep, that's true.
But as far as gay Black men, I do feel like they are our allies, They are our allies in many of situations, because we are in the same situations.
Exactly.
We there is a privilege that comes with you still being a man, but at the same time, it's like there's a leveler between that. And that's why earlier I said Black gay men could potentially be the gatekeepers to our community, because Black men, they don't do that. They're not. Black men have just continuously shown us and given us everything but us.
Exactly.
And everything but what we look like.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's what has perpetuated these stereotypes that are placed on us. So
Black men do play a large part of it, and then they also feed into it, so it don't make it any better.
Exactly.
They feed into like the whole role of like, Black women not being cute, or just all of that, the hair and all of that. They feed into it.
Exactly. And it's because it benefits them, but it benefits them in such a way that is like almost like it's still detrimental to them at the end of the day. It doesn't make any sense. It's almost, it doesn't make any sense to me. So I don't know. Like, there's just basically going back to the Black women divest.
Yeah.
We got to remember that's what this whole thing is about. And Black women divesting is basically Black women kind of
That is a good point.
Admire yourself. You know what I'm saying? Don't beg. We cannot keep begging a group of men to love us and to protect us in the way that they should.
Exactly.
You know, there
like,
is
that structure should already be set in stone.
But it should already be set in stone.
It's like it's sad that Black women are kind of forced to divest. I don't want to be forced to divest, but it's like now Black men are forcing me to do this because the way that they are not protecting us, or the way that they're not loving us, or the way that they're making fun of us, or the way that they hate us.
And the way that they tell us to go protest when it's time to protest.
Exactly. The way that they expect us to be masculine, you know, like certain stuff, like it's like you're forcing me to do this, and it's like causing a division within the Black community, and it's sad, but it's like now I have to create a space for myself because I'm not included. I'm not included
because you are essentially the gatekeepers of our community, but you call everyone Black. Everyone is not Black. That causes so much erasure, and it is very controversial because so many people like to identify with being Black, which is very dangerous in that sense because you are causing the erasure.
Yeah,
everybody is not.
It's like, what's really Black now? Because if everybody's
really Black,
there's no Black then.
There are also Black women who are calling Black mixed race women who are mixed race or biracial or multiracial. There are Black women who are aiding that, and they're saying, well, they're Black, I'm Black too. Who's Black at this point? They use their male privilege, but it cancels themselves out.
That's so true.
Exactly.
That is very true. They don't even realize what they're doing, and it's sad. And I feel like that's like how we were saying earlier. That's why it's important for us. For right now, we have to educate ourselves. We have to feed ourselves knowledge so that we can teach what my mom and my grandma couldn't teach me, so I can teach that for the future generations. Instill that structure, instill that family, instill that community in the next generations. It's so important. It's so important because of what's happening today. Like, it's been so divided. It's been so divided. The Black community is so broken. And I feel like that's the only thing that's the only answer I really have outside of like protesting, because I'm not about to do that as a Black woman because I'm divesting. But what I can do is educate myself, you know?
Exactly. I can educate myself. I can make myself become the woman that I truly want to be. You know what I'm saying? And that's a woman I deserve to be catered to. I deserve to be loved without conditions.
It doesn't matter if I'm Black.
Huh?
I said it doesn't matter if I'm Black. I still deserve it.
Exactly.
Like, so that's why I want to have sons, because I want to teach them family structure. I want to teach them to love. And I feel like it's so, like, when people find out that I'm married to like a Black man, they're like shocked almost, because it's like, it's rare to find a Black man that loves a Black woman, which is sad. It should not be that way. Any other race that they date within their race, they marry within their race, and it's not shocking. We expect that, you know. We definitely expect that from them. But as Black people, as a Black person, a lot of people don't.
And it's because we're not protected.
It's because of what
you are not here to protect me.
They're not. They make fun.
You're comfortable with watching me struggle. You'll
and they're okay with it.
Crazy.
That's the problem.
And then they expect you to struggle with them with conditions. With conditions.
Exactly. Like, no, I'm not here for struggle love. That's why I'm like how you were saying earlier, like, if you find somebody outside of your race that's not Black that love you like how you're supposed to be, then go ahead and do it. Because Black men honestly don't really love you if you're not their sister or mom. Like, if not generalizing all of them, but you know, majority. It's like, you hear it in every day. You hear it. It's like Black women are literally like they're being laughed at, really.
Laughed at.
It's like we're the laughing stock. And that's why even like with me trying to divest, it's hard for me to do it because it's hard for me to like separate myself. It's easy for me to get consumed. I can sit up here and say, you know, Black women divest. I support it and everything, but at the end of the day, if you're a Black woman, you're gonna feel the pain that the Black man feel. Period.
Yeah,
you're gonna feel
of
the pain.
course.
You're gonna feel it. Like, and it's like, because I feel it, it's hard for me not to pay attention to it, and it's hard for me not to feed into it. You know.
For me, I have brothers. You know what I'm saying? I have little brothers, and I'm not gonna get into what they do or how they feel, but
ooh, that's a good point that Hannah just said. She said they don't protect her because they assume that she got it like that. And that's actually a good point to hear, because I never even looked at it like that. Coming from a mixed race woman, I never even looked at it like that.
They assume that you got it like that?
That is crazy.
That's disgusting.
And that's dangerous.
That's dangerous, right? Like, you're just like, just...
Mm-mm. What you were saying, though, I cut you off.
Because they're waiting for you. They're expecting you to take care of them.
Oh, thanks, Cordray.
Hi. I don't know.
Yeah, I know. But sorry, I keep cutting you off.
I feel like I don't even know. I'm like, I feel like you're gonna feel that pain. Like I said, I have brothers, right? Mm-hmm. And that pain is still there. You know what I'm saying? And it's not like, I don't feel like divesting is like teaching yourself how to ignore that pain. I don't think it's that. I think it's like kind of letting it go. Like letting that responsibility go. I think, because if that's the way people get it mixed up. It's like, oh, you're trying to ignore it. Yeah, like you're trying to ignore it. You're trying to, you know, I don't know, just trying to block it all out. I can't block it out. I have been actively divesting for probably the past 3 weeks, and it's been pretty good. But at the same time, I still feel the heartache of everything that's going on. I still hate the fact that there's images of Black men just circling around, being able to just circle around the internet, and people being able to just share these videos of Black men being killed on camera in cold blood, like it's a movie, like it's a video game or something like that. That doesn't make any sense to me.
It's desensitization. That's what I think. I think they want us to be used to it, like, and become numb to it.
And that's a whole nother subject. But that's why I feel like Black Women Divest is hey. But I feel like that's why I feel like Black Women Divest is like really important, because I feel like we have like, if I can't imagine how I feel right now. I can't imagine. I feel so low right now because of the big picture, you know? And I feel like that's what Black Women Divest means. I'm like, it's like you're aware of the big picture, and that's what makes you divest. That's what makes you say, I'm going to take a step back from this. Because I'm not going to put myself on the front lines because I'm a woman, and because I'm not trying to get hurt, because I have a family that I need to take care of. And because we carry wounds and we are women and we don't deserve to be on the front lines. We don't deserve to be the ones to be able to break up large crowds of people and say, stop it, stop. Right. You know, and everybody look back.
We should not be the ones that shielding everybody.
We shouldn't be the shields. Why are we the shields?
Exactly. It doesn't. It's like, that's my whole point. Like, it doesn't matter if I'm Black, white, or whatever. Let me be a woman. And it's the fact that I'm Black that you expect me to be strong. You expect me to be independent. You expect me to be my own protection. Like, no, I'm still a woman at the end of the day. I'm still fragile. It doesn't matter about the skin of the color of my skin. It doesn't matter if I was on a plantation picking cotton with you. It doesn't matter. It does not matter.
Right. I don't want to do that.
Just let me be a woman. I should not feel guilty for not wanting to do that. Granted, this isn't a society where everybody wants to have gender neutral roles and all of this stuff, but honestly, I'm not for that.
Right. I'm for embracing my femininity. I'm for divesting. I'm for putting my mind in a better place and just doing what I want to do as a woman and doing, you know, being feminine. You know,
Exactly.
I don't want to be to everybody's rescue. I don't want to do that because nobody's at my rescue.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? When it's time for me to get rescued,
Exactly.
I'm supposed to be strong for myself, and it's not fair.
Like, and what made me really come into this realization was looking at the Breonna Taylor case. You know, like, you know how the cops came in, it was 3 of them on a no-knock order, and they came in and they shot her or whatever. Her boyfriend, Kenneth Walker, shot back at the police officers.
Because
And
he thought they were intruders.
Exactly. And she, you know, she ended up, they killed her and they took him to jail for attempted murder. You know, not calling anybody out, but some activists only fought, some black activists for Black lives, all Black lives, only fought to get Kenneth Walker out of jail. The charges was dropped. He got out of jail. Nobody's fighting for the police officers to be charged, or the same people that I see fighting
to be charged for killing the Black woman, right?
Exactly. Like, she was asleep. She died in her hallway. Like, no, the police officers are still free. Like, now I'm saying that there isn't people that's for Black lives fighting for her, but the same people that I see that fought for Kenneth Walker to be free from jail is not fighting for Breonna Taylor's police officers to be, you know, charged. There's no justice.
Is it Breonna with 2 N's or just 1?
Yeah.
It really is disgusting. Like,
you want me to pin that?
Sick to my stomach. Yeah, you can if you want to. Yeah.
You said the name wrong.
I did. You said 2 N's, right?
Yeah, but it's EO.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, and that's why I'm like, it's not fair that the Black men really is the face, because it's like, it's almost like society portrayed them to be killed at a faster rate than Black women, but it's really not. Like, it's just that we don't get no coverage. We don't go viral. Like, it's only like a few of us that really go viral. There was way more than Breonna Taylor.
If we own a business, or if we, like, I don't understand. Like, if we popular, you know what I'm saying? If we're popular, sure, we'll get that coverage. And really, then it's not going to be riots over Black women. It's not. Most of the stuff we get don't even get coverage. It's not even recorded. But the description isn't enough for people.
It's not.
They need to see us get killed in cold blood for anybody to believe what's happening. What is
I'm almost at like a loss for words at this point, because even with like the justice system, like, because I'm a Black woman, if I were to call the police, like how the lady at the Central at the Rambo in New York called on that man because he told her to put her dog on the leash. If I were to do that, and if they heard that I was a Black woman on the phone, you think they would respond the same way? Like, if I was really in danger because of the fact that I'm a Black woman, they would not respond.
They'd be there.
There's so many Black women that is getting kidnapped, that's getting, you know, just so much, and it don't really.
All these Black girls still disappearing out of nowhere.
Yeah, or just disappearing. They're not gonna be on Amber Alert. It's not gonna be no wide search. Yes, it happens, but it's very rare when it does. And it scares me to the fact that me as a Black woman, if I were to call on help from the police officers, it's a possible chance that they're going to ignore. They don't
take your health. Doctors don't take your health seriously. They think, there are studies that show that doctors think Black women are so strong that they don't give them the treatment that they actually need in order to fully heal the right way. Doctors don't care. Police don't care. If it's a Black woman, nobody cares. Nobody cares about our well-being.
Right. It's very rare when you hear that.
All of this is to the detriment of Black women.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I'm not out. And that's why I'm not protesting.
Exactly. Me too. Like, I'm not against it, but I'm not about to be in the forefront, like, doing it. Mm-mm.
But don't come at me like I'm supposed to feel guilty for not going out there.
Exactly.
Why is it my duty, my obligation?
What about your white friends? Why are they not out there? Like, let's talk about that. Let's talk about that. They want to be your friend, but they don't want to fight for your life. Like,
honestly, let's talk about white liberals taking the Black Lives Matter movement and turning it into their own little shebang. Let's talk about
like,
that. Let's talk
really
about white liberals breaking into stores. Let's talk about hired undercover cops or whoever.
Okay, sis.
Like,
that shit is scary. That is scary. The fact that I want to fight for my life because I'm unheard, because the system is so corrupt, and there is white people that I'm thinking is on my side, really just manipulating the situation, painting me to be the aggressor when I'm really just fighting for my life.
Everybody is out there for their own separate reasons. Black women are out there for black men. Black men are out there for black men. Hispanic women are out there for black men. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
White women are out there for God knows what. I don't know. It's like, what are y'all out here for?
And that's why I'm
instead of talking to your own.
Sorry, go ahead.
Sorry, I don't know. I'm just confused. It just baffles me. Like, I'm like, I can't. That's why I have to divest.
I'm so like confused at the disorganization of it as well. Like, I might feel a little different about it if it was a little bit more organized, if it was more planned. Yeah, maybe.
Like, if there was like a little 1-2 set up.
Exactly.
But it wasn't that.
The situation, like, don't react so emotionally. I get it. Like, it's rage, and we're grieving right now because so many black brothers and sisters are dying. But at the same time, you got to be really strategic about it and really smart. Because, like, the police that is coming, they got premeditated plans. Like, they have a plan. They know what they're going to do. You know, there's not just chaos, you know?
Right.
Like, but it's like, I get the pain, but at the same time, we need structure.
Yeah.
We need organization.
We need to be smart about what we're doing.
Because if there's disorganization, then they're really not going to ever take us serious. Because they're like, oh, they don't really know what they're doing. Like, you know, there's not going to be any respect. There's not going to be no respect.
Well, I think that's the point of it. I think we got our point across.
Black women divest. Be feminine. Be as feminine as you want.
As you possibly can, and don't let nobody tell you that you can't be feminine. Don't let nobody tell you what you're doing is wrong. Exactly. Don't let nobody tell you that you should feel guilty for not going out and protesting. You know what I'm saying? Don't. What?
I'm weak. Hey, hoy.
Hi.
But yeah, like, if I don't leave here saying anything, the main thing that I want to say is Black women deserve to be as feminine as they want to be. They deserve to be looked at. So let them be women. They deserve protection. They deserve love from Black men.
Right. We deserve love, period.
Yeah, period. But I would want it to be from a Black man. But if not, then shit. Like, like, I just feel like we deserve it just as much as any other race. A woman from a different race deserve it. We deserve it just the same. I don't have to be independent if I don't want to be. I don't have to be strong if I don't want to be. I don't have to fight if I don't want to be. I don't want to. Let me be a woman. I have my nails done. I got makeup on. I got my hair done. Like, let me be feminine, and that's it. Like,
right.
And I'm not gonna feel bad about it either. You want to go fight, then be the man and go fight. Okay. Okay.
Period.
Thank you, Cordray.
Well, yeah, I really like this conversation. I think that's we said what we said. You know what I'm saying? We said what we said.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Thank you. There's so much more to be said about the situation, but
oh wait. Somebody said, Dion said, divesting, I didn't even see this. Divesting is focusing your efforts where they matter most, starting within ourselves. Yes. I'm so glad you said that because I forgot about that. Like, yes.
Make sure you're right here before you're going out protesting about anything.
Yes. Make sure you got a clear mind.
And like, make sure the people around you do too.
Exactly. You got to go with intention. Like,
you can't just react. No.
Exactly. I really enjoyed this. Like,
me too. I really like this
more often. It feels good to, like, because I feel like this is like in the midst of all of the chaos, this is where I can come. This is like me venting, and this is me like letting off the steam a little bit of how I've been feeling like all this past week.
Exactly.
So it's good. I think this is good that we did this. I'm happy.
I think it's good too.
I'm happy that people actually tuned in too, because
thank you guys for watching and listening.
Right, if you stayed since the beginning to the end, thank you.
All right.
Well, thank you for coming in anyway. But all right, I think that's it.
All right. I'm probably just gonna call you right after.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye. Wait, how do I save it?
You gotta figure it out.
Wait, I don't want to end it and not save it.
Does it save automatically?
I'm not sure. This is my first time ever doing this because I really do want to save this. I think it was a really good conversation.
It should save automatically.
Okay. All right. Bye.